Alright, here's my Miller Big 40. Pretty sure it's an early 80s. Need to blow the cobwebs out of there, but this radiator was leaking. And the radiator for the Big 40 is pretty much obsolete. I can't find it anywhere. This particular radiator is for an SA200 Lincoln machine. So, I mean, it fits in there really nice. Now this particular radiator, I don't know if they're all this tall or if this one's just a little different, but these nubs where the weld was done, they kind of went high. I had to file those down, but just a couple bolt holes in this little piece that comes across there. That thing sits on there nice. I thought I was going to run some bolts through here just to kind of support this, but this radiator hose pretty stiff on there. So I'm gonna slap some washers on those studs on the bottom, get this thing bolted down, and then get these hose clamps on. Had to run a little bit of I've got a shorter belt so this alternator sits closer to the motor so it doesn't hang out as far. It gives us a little more clearance on this lower radiator hose. But I'm going to get this thing all tightened up, get some hose clamps on it, get it full of coolant. We'll start it up, get it to burp, top the coolant off, and then we'll run some welds with it. So here we go. So this one, I had to drill these holes in here, and it sits on here. It was just a little bit too tall and would rub on the bottom of the hood. So I got these snugged up and drilled these holes. I filed the welds off the top, and I took my ball peen hammer and kind of tuned this sheet metal up down here to get it to sit down just here, and I've got it to clear the hood right now. So get these tightened up, and hopefully this thing runs, because I need this thing tomorrow. I got a job that come through and the guy needs it, and we're gonna get it finished up for him, so I need it tomorrow. Get a little tension in this belt. Tighten this all down. Okay. This one. Okay, we go get some coolant, fill this thing up, see what happens. see how much she takes. Don't judge me. I know it's a different jug, but I bought the straight concentrate that you mix. Because even though it's $18 a gallon, it's still cheaper to buy that and mix it than it is to buy the $12 or $13 a gallon 50/50 stuff. Remember, you used to buy this stuff for like $10, $11 a gallon. My gosh, $18 for a gallon of straight antifreeze. Let that sit for a minute, see if it bubbles down, top it off. I can hear it bubbling a little bit. We'll give it a minute, and we'll fire this thing up and see what happens. All right, got coolant in it, got the battery hooked up. Let's see what happens. I know it's getting low on fuel, but run out of gas, put some gas in it, but this temperature gauge come up to about 230 and then went right down to about where it is now, and that's where it stayed. Run it for about 5 minutes, just at high idle, no load. So I'm gonna go let's get this thing all put back together. I don't see any leaks. Get this thing all put back together. I was gonna build a shroud for this fan, but it actually moves quite a bit of air. Surprised how much air it moves without a shroud. But let's get the hood on this thing, get the doors back on it, and then I got to go shorten some lead. This thing came with a bunch of lead, and the one section's like 135 feet long, so I'm going to cut it up into, you know, maybe like a 20 and probably a 60, and then have an 80-foot chunk or something like that. I don't know, we'll see. Okay, back together. I'm gonna go cut up that chunk of lead I got, put some ends on them for different lengths, and we'll burn some rods, see if this thing's gonna heat up on us and work good. So hopefully it does, because I need it tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to worry about a fan shroud. We'll see how it does in the summer if we really have to go out and lay some beads, but these are okay. Don't judge me too hard. It's old 6013 rod. That's all I got. And I still got to get this welder figured out. Yeah, it's ugly. Anyway, I'll play with it. I'll have to get some different rod, but it should be enough to get me going for tomorrow, what we got to do. So anyway, so hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Hopefully that helps somebody. I know these big 40s are getting kind of obsolete and hard to find parts. I know that radiator, there's nothing even available that I could find for it. All the similar machines, these things were like 13, 14, 15, 1600 bucks for some of those machines. So anyway, that should work good. I'm gonna go fill this thing with gas and maybe get the oil changed and everything, but according to the filter, it's only got like 2 or 3 hours on that oil change, so that should work. Hopefully that helps somebody out. Like if you haven't already, subscribe if you want to. I don't care. Maybe we'll see you in the next one.